It's the early hours of September 17, 2015, and the FBI are about to raid 4 people in connection with abusing an exploit in FIFA to make millions of dollars. But how did we get here, and why did one of the defendants decide to fight the case despite being caught red-handed? Growing up, it was always clear that Anthony Clark was an extremely intelligent kid. This was only confirmed when Microsoft decided to offer him a job while he was still a junior in high school. He would test out games to find flaws that could be exploited. You could say this is pretty ironic, as Anthony then went on to complete an application which would trick EA servers into thinking the account had just completed a game. In return, the account would receive the match earning. The application would run non-stop, meaning the accounts would rack up millions of coins. Anthony was not alone in the operation though, as he had 3 friends who were coders: Eton, Nicholas, and Ricky in on it. Together they formed a group they called Rain Corp. With the millions of coins amassed from the application that Anthony created to trick EA servers, Rain Corp would sell the coins to overseas entrepreneurs, namely from China, at wholesale prices for them to resell in smaller sums for higher prices. Although the group were young, they knew it was important to make Rain Corp look as legitimate as possible, so they paid their taxes and covered any other areas they might cause their operation to crumble. They bought supercars, properties, and some of the finest things that you can imagine, as they believed they were doing nothing wrong, or at least nothing that can get them convicted. In their mind, like other situations that are similar, EA would send them a cease, a desist, and at that point they would stop. Well, it didn't quite go that way. If you guys will watch this part of the video, it'd be much appreciated if you guys could drop a like and subscribe if you're brand new here. And if you guys want to become a member too for exclusive perks, including member live streams and early uploads, the link is down below. On September 17, 2015, the FBI raided all 4 members of Rain Corp's homes, taking laptops and any other devices connected to the operation on the accusation of hacking. The group had 2 options: forfeit everything they've earned from the exploit and serve no prison time, or take it to trial and risk a prison sentence up to 20 years and a large fine too. Eton, Ricky, and Nicholas all accepted the deal, but Anthony decided against it because he believed they technically didn't break the law. The part that I didn't mention was that part of their plea deals, they would need to testify against Anthony. I must add a disclaimer though. Although it seemed it was the ultimate betrayal that they turned against their friends, we don't know every detail and all of the context to create an informed opinion. With Anthony Clark preparing to go to trial, his lawyers got an early win in the case on the basis that he didn't technically hack EA and access their servers. He manipulated it. This meant he couldn't be charged with hacking. With this, Anthony and his defense team's confidence grew a large amount that they could beat the case. But that's when the prosecution brought a new charge to the table: wire fraud. This case was built on the fact that these FIFA coins held real-world value. So when he manipulated the servers with his application, instead of getting a virtual currency worth nothing, he received a valuable currency that could be traded into dollars. The funniest part about all this is that EA stated in their terms and services that the FIFA coins held no real value. This only backs up the point that EA were all for throwing the book at Anthony and making a point out of him. Does this surprise anyone that EA went against their own word and f***ed up just to make a point and not take ownership of their own mistake? Because it doesn't surprise me. Regardless of EA's own words, when it came to trial, Anthony was found guilty in the charge of wire fraud and faced with 20 years of prison. Unfortunately, I wish I could say that he got sentenced and it ended there, but on February 26, just 2 days before his birthday, and while awaiting his sentencing, Anthony was found dead in his home by his brother in his hometown in Whittier, Los Angeles. His death was ruled as an accidental overdose due to a mixture of painkillers for his back injury and overconsumption of alcohol. Although I can't say that it wasn't wrong what Anthony did, I must say that I believe he was hard done by and paid a price by an EA Sports mistake.